So here we're live on Google Hangout with Tamara Jeanette, a great PR, amazing, I don't know, just person in general, a wine connoisseur, as you can see.
Hey, hey, hey.
And someone who just knows all of the things that are going on in DC, the best places to eat, to drink, to play, and always sends out very inspirational and informative emails every few days to all of her close friends. As that list continues to grow, we've kind of been coming to her and using her as our resource as what should we do for the week, for the weekend, and definitely what's going on this summer. So Tamara has taken some great time to put together some of all of the great things that are going on this summer. So we just ask that you send in your questions. She can be reached at Crucial Critic on
One
Twitter.
crucial critic on Twitter.
Yes.
That's all I got.
And you can hit her up there, ask her questions, send her suggestions, and she'll also be posting a lot there. So we'll go ahead and get started. Tamara, you can introduce yourself, talk about what you do and what you have going on for us today.
Yeah, totally. Hi, I'm Tamara Jeanette. I work in PR as an executive assistant, and so I get to go to a lot of really cool events around the city sometimes. And I generally just really love food and hanging out and drinking beer and wine with all my friends. So I've been in DC now, I don't know, how long have we been here? 10, 12 years. So at this point, like we've kind of just loaded up on all the really cool spots, some that are new, some that are oldie but goodie. So I just have a lot of different takes on things, everything from like if the food is good, if the line's too long, if the bathroom suck, like all of that. So I figured that I'd give you guys a little taste of what I'll be doing this summer and what I'm going to drag all my friends to. So should I just get started with the list or?
Yes. Just
Okay.
let us know what's good.
All right, so we'll start with family-friendly things. Don't have a family, not that into kids, except Adam, little baby Adam.
Yes,
But
yes,
outside
baby Adam.
of but outside of that, not so much. But there are a lot of fun things to do in DC or Maryland or Virginia if you have kids. So I'll just go down my list. One of my favorite things now to do, since it's summer and it's baseball season, of course, is go to the Nats games. They're really fun. Day up, you can buy like dollar ticket seats, or sometimes they're $5, they're $10, something like that. Um, the Nats does a lot of, they do a lot of different events at the actual stadium. So, for instance, yesterday the Nats were away, but at the stadium you could go and watch the opera, which seems boring, but it's really cool because they open up the field. You can bring picnic stuff and just come with the family and hang out, and they telecast like a live concert. So it's really fun. It's just something great to do just to get out of the house, enjoy the weather. Yesterday, I think the high was like 73 degrees. So I saw a lot of people on the metro, and I asked them where they were going, and they were like, oh, we're going to do the opera night at Nat Stadium. So if you go on their website, I think it's just nationals.com, they'll have a list of events that they have, baseball games and non-baseball games that you can attend and enjoy. So that's really fun. Part of Nats Park, they have something called the Fairgrounds. And it's basically like have you been, Ernice? I don't know. Where it's just like that big old parking lot that they turned into fun stuff. I don't hear you.
Can't hear me. I went through there. I muted myself. I said, yeah, I've been to a Nats game, so I walked through there, but I see like they do a lot of events there, and it's like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's really fun. So they have this area where they just set up a whole bunch of like food trucks, and they have like a beer venue sort of thing. You can just go by and get beer. And then they have a stage too. They let a lot of local bands come and rock out. Sometimes they use it for a lot of the races that go on throughout the city. And so any Saturday, any Sunday, you can just head over there and hang out. Like it's fun. They do cornhole. They do I've seen oversized beer pong, like I've seen a lot of different games like life-size Jenga, stuff like that. And it's just another spot you can hang out all day, drink beer, just hang out. Even like you bring your kids, everyone's just playing and running around. It's a good way to get your kids tired, I would assume, before the nights, before you go home and put them to bed. So it's really fun. I don't know. That's all I got for that. I don't really do kids.
That's
But.
cool. I mean, I will share that with my mommy friends and
Yeah.
people who, are looking for things to do. As you can hear, my child's back here
Yeah.
being loud.
That's what they do. So let's see. Another one, it's an oldie but a goodie, and everyone knows about it, is Eastern Market. I have recently just been obsessed. Like I can't, the weather's lovely. I can't get enough. There's so much to do. Outside of the market in itself, there's just a lot of cool restaurants. And today, actually, when I went, I picked up like a lot of fruit and vegetables and just stuff for the house. And there was this guy sitting outside of his house, and he's like, "Listen, we're selling our house, so we're getting rid of everything inside." He had like old records. He had just a lot of. It looked like an older person's home, definitely, but like he was getting rid of like cast iron skillets. Stuff was 12
But
bucks,
open it
13.
up.
I know. I was really shocked, but you can find some really, really good stuff in Eastern Market, like on accident or on purpose.
Yes,
So, and the
definitely.
food is good. You can try stuff. So it's all like a lot of it is fresh. There's a guy named Skip there who makes soaps that I'm obsessed with. They're like these Shea soaps.
Yes.
So good. Anyway,
Yes.
so Eastern Market's always fun. I went there
Wait,
today
can
and
I
got
talk about
lunch.
my favorite places at Eastern Market?
Yeah, of course.
So their fruit stands are really good, and they always give out samples, and they have
Mm-hmm.
peaches in the summer. So that's definitely one of my favorite things at Eastern Market. But when you go to the backside on Saturdays, I think the popcorn man is there on Saturday.
The kettle corn guy. He was there today.
Yes. Yes, those I can eat a whole bag or two. He's
It's
there
so
on
good.
Saturday. On Sat They switch off because on Saturdays he's in the back, and then on Sundays he's on the other parking lot. There's
Oh, yeah.
also an Indian food place that's on the backside, behind by the rec center, by where the pool.
Oh,
And Puddings is actually back there. The place it's not called Puddings there. I don't know what it's called, but that's where they're kind of.
I.
Oh, and the crepe man is back there.
Oh,
That
yeah,
whole
the crepe guy.
section is pretty good in the back.
I
So
had an empanada today that just was really good. Oddly enough, it was a Jamaican style empanada. So, to me, that's like a beef
I've
patty, but
had those. They're so good. They're
it
so
was good. It was a chicken curry empanada. So, but whatever.
good.
Yeah, it was really good. And something else I did at Easter. Oh, so I am. This is a side note. I am on like growing your own food kick. So I've been growing a lot of herbs and stuff on my balcony. And so I went today and I bought lavender and I had mint already, but I got apple mint, which I just learned about.
Ooh.
Very excited. I got that, and I just got like some just stuff that I needed to, I have a balcony that's pretty big, but I wanted to liven it up a bit. So actually, next time you come, you'll be like, "Whoa!" and I'll be like, "I know." I'm very excited. But anyway, that's a side note. So yes, Eastern Market, go, 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 go. I know it seems like, oh God, yes, it's been there forever, but sometimes you just forget, and there's a million trillion new things that they bring out every weekend. So it's really fun if you haven't done that. But let's get to some of my like new faves that I'm just obsessed with. I think I want to start with let's go down 14th Street because 14th Street used to not be the spot. Like, when we went to Howard, it was very like nothing was there, and now U Street and 14th Street is insane. So I want to start with Barcelona on 14th. It is probably right now one of my favorite places. It's I don't even know how to explain it to you. So it's a tapas restaurant. They're a wine bar, so they specialize in wine, of course. The food is so amazing. I just, a lot of people stay away from tapas bars, TAPS, not topless, because somebody asked me that the other day. But a lot of people stay away because they're like, I'm not going to get full. Like, I'm going to pay $1 million for, something that's really small. But it's really, really good, I promise you. The atmosphere is pretty amazing. They have an outside patio, which is lovely. On the cooler nights, they have like these little fur blankets that they give you. It's like really weird, but greatly appreciated for someone like me who's always cold.
They give
So
out individual furs to
they
people.
they do. It's like their thing, and they have like the heat lamps too. But now, as of course, it's getting warmer outside. But even still, like if you caught a chill, they'd come up to you and ask you, like, "Do you want a blanket?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I do." Like, it's actually really cool. One of the things I noticed about that restaurant was the hospitality there is just above and beyond. Like they want to make sure that you have an experience. They want to make sure your food is okay, like your drink is fine. If you don't like it, they're happy to suggest something else. It's like not an argument about are you gonna, switch this out or are they gonna yell at me? Like none of that. It's like walking into your friend's house, It's like, hey, do you want this? How can I help you? They want to make sure that you have the best experience ever. So it's really fun. I would highly, highly suggest getting like a meat trio because they do these, of course, the small plates, but you can do the charcuterie, which I love. And I know, fancy.
Classy.
So fancy. But no, it's really, really good. And it's cool. It's like a great place to meet up with friends. You can hang out inside or out. Their director of hospitality's name is Sean, who I met. They have so there's a couple different Barcelonas. There's one in Atlanta, which I just learned about, and I think they started in Connecticut. So hey, big ups to Connecticut. I know, girl.
We're not known for much,
but you got a Barcelona.
Kindly.
Yeah, the food's great, the wine's great. I think I've been there. They just opened not too a couple months ago, and I promise you, I've been there like 10 times. So that's where all my money's going currently.
Yes.
That's a good one on 14th Street. So
What's it called?
it's called Barcelona Wine Bar. It's at 14th and R, I believe. 14th and R Street. And if you go to barcelonawinebar.com, you can find it. Super simple. I don't walk, run to go there. The only thing I will say, though, is because it is so popular now, it's not one of those hidden gems where you might not have to wait, especially since they have the really dope patio. Everybody wants to see and be seen out there, so get there early. Don't think you're going to, like, swagger on in at 10 o'clock on a Saturday and just not have to wait. Like, it's pretty, like, it's serious. But the only thing is, you know, they treat you really nice there. They're not like, sorry, go away. You know, they're not one of those type places. But get there early if you want a good seat, as with anything else in DC these days. So
exactly. Okay.
that's a good one. There's another spot who I have nice things to say, I think, but it's called Two Birds, One Stone. And literally, if you're not looking for it, you'll miss it. Like, it's really tiny. It's a speakeasy, so it's like kind of going back to one of those jazz days, I guess, and they're trying to be too cool for school. So here's the thing about them. It's a really cool spot. Like I said, if you miss it, if you don't look for it, you'll miss it. It's on 14th and S, and it just looks like it's at a townhouse. It's on the lower level of like what looks like a row house, and you'll walk by and never know that it's there. You got to walk down some stairs. It's kind of like in the cut. So this place is really cool. The drinks are awesome. They mix up their menu. Like, there's no set menu, right? So one day you'll walk in and be like, hey, can I get, you know, they don't have, like, of course you can order a rum and Coke, but their menus, they have weird stuff like Busy Izzy's and straw hats. Like, these are things that they name their drinks. It's weird. But it's a really cool spot. It's very intimate, and I would recommend it for like a small group outing, or if you're on a date even. It's very dark and kind of moody, but it's nice. It's very nice. The only drawback I find about this place is they're trying to be on some New Yorkish, like where if you walk in, there's a guy outside and he's like, yep, you can come in, you can come in, nope, you can't come in.
I was like, isn't there a special knock or something that you have to do?
Like they're real, you gotta know the password. It's like, okay. But so I don't recommend it if you're going on a first date and you're trying to impress. Don't go.
What is the password?
I don't even know. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just walk in and I hope for the best. Like, fingers crossed. Like, we're DC. We're not LA. But that's what they're treating it like. It's like they really do pick and choose. Like, yes, yes, no, yeah, no. And it's like, okay. So you kind of got to go and hope for the best. Like, if it's crowded, that's what they say all the time. Like, no, sorry, it's crowded. We have to hold the line. And then you get in and you're like, there's 2 people here. So, not sure you want to deal with that, but it is really cool. Like, the drinks are interesting. They use a lot of fresh ingredients, so that's awesome. But again, you have to look for it because you will miss it. It's very small, so it's cool.
Wait, what is it next to?
It's next to nothing. Like, I don't know. In the cut. It's not even on 14th, I don't think. It's 14th and S. I think it's actually on S. So it might be across the street from a gas station. Like, I don't know. It's just really in the cut. So you got to look for it. I think their website is just twobirdsonesstone.com. And I think it's 2 birds, like the number 2. Don't quote me on that. But that's U Street Metro as well. I'm a Metro girl, so Metro or Uber. That's how I get around with my life, or Zipcar on occasion. All right, what else? What else do I got? I don't know. Oh, my new favorite place is Little Miss Whiskey's. Have you ever heard of this, Little Miss Whiskey's?
only from you.
Yeah, yeah, of
But
course. I was just put on recently, had no idea what it was, and quite frankly, was although I do love whiskey, I wasn't that excited. I was just kind of like, nah. It is on H Street, which is a hassle to get to, I have to admit. Um, Hi, somebody just joined. Hi. um, oh, hi. Hi. I saw you just joined. So
Wait, I muted you. You have to unmute yourself.
Bernice.
Hi, Burmy.
Hi, honey.
Well,
Oh, I miss you.
Aw.
personal. There's other people on here.
Oh, sorry, guys. My bad.
It's okay.
Spread the love.
Cameron
Hi.
was talking
Hi,
about
everybody.
Little Miss Whiskey.
Yeah. So one of my new favorite spots is Little Miss Whiskey's. It's on 8th Street, which again is a hassle to get to. It's not that bad. I mean, if you're a metro girl like me, you get off at Union Station, and either you take that hike across the bridge or you hail a cab or Uber, whatevs. So Little Miss Whiskey's is, how do I explain it? It is a whiskey bar with a lot of beers. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie. When I first walked in, my initial reaction was like, wait, because it's kind of goth. Like it's really goth when you walk in. It's dark. It's purple. There's like skulls on the walls. It's weird. But then, so they have two levels. So the downstairs, I was like, I don't know if my soul will let me do this because I don't know. Then at 10 o'clock, they open the upstairs, and it's kind of a little more of the same. It's still dark. It's purple. Kind of got like this Prince Purple Rain thing going on. Um, but here's where it gets good. So Little Miss Whiskey surprised me. One, because the music is everything. Like if you can imagine a DJ who plays all the top hits, but throws in some like Nelly's Ride with Me from like back in the day. And you're like, I don't want to hear that until it comes on. And you're like, yes, like, he might throw in a little Snoop, a little this, a little Gwen Stefani. Like the mix is just really, really good.
Mhm.
So good, in fact, that went with some coworkers. My boyfriend Chanel was there, like a bunch of folks, and we got there I think at like 9:45. So we waited downstairs until it opened at 10. We got upstairs and danced until they closed. Literally at like 3 a.m. We danced the entire night. So I highly, highly, highly recommend, like, if you just want to go somewhere that's chill where they're not tripping, like, oh, you have Converse on or any of that, definitely go there because it's way fun. And one of my favorite things there is they have a vodka iced tea slushy. It's great. It's so good.
Sounds
It's like,
bomb.
yeah, it's real good. It's like you have that in your hand, you're dancing to all the hits. It's just everything. And they have an outside, which they opened up, I guess, relatively recently. We didn't go outside that night because it was still kind of cool out, but it was raining actually. It rained like nonstop while we were there. But from what I hear, the outside is dope. Like they have a fountain. It's very zen, like a lot of plants and stuff. A good place to just chill. So Little Miss Whiskey's, put it on your list. Go, go, go. It's super fun. That's all I got for that. Um, what's another one? Oh, let's talk festivals because those are all I want to do in the summer. So, where'd you go? Oh,
Yes, I'm back. I'll be back in 1 second.
okay. So we can talk festivals. I love Linganore Wine Fest. I don't know
Hold
if
on.
oh.
Hold on. Burmy. Go ahead, unmute Burmy. Talk about a turn up.
Yes.
Yes, I love it too.
So you've
Love going
been?
How
every
many years
year.
have you been going?
Every year.
Okay. I think we've been going for
For
three,
four,
4 years.
3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the ultimate turn up.
it really is. It's
It's
so
worth the
fun.
drive. And I don't know. It's just it's some you. I think the first time we went there, it was like, oh, we're going to a little festival. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be fun. And
Yeah.
then the turn up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we made the mistake of going on a Sunday, which I don't know why we did that. Because Monday I was like, I hate everybody.
I think we've always gone on a Sunday, and it's always been a struggle on Monday.
Yeah, like I can't keep doing that. So for those of you who don't know what Linganore is, Linganore Wine Cellars, they're in Mount Airy, Maryland, which is basically nowhere, but they're in Mount Airy, Maryland. It is a hike. I'm not gonna lie, because it's an hour, Ernest. for me? Is it an hour? I don't
Solid,
know.
yeah, solid driving hour.
Right.
Yeah, like
Right.
and then the problem is everyone's going,
There's only
and
one
so
road.
exactly there's one
Yeah.
road, so it could take longer than an hour. Just
And
depends on.
the first year we went, the road was blocked for whatever reason, and we had to
Yeah.
go around and follow someone. It was hectic, but it was worth it.
So
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, it's
Mm-hmm.
totally worth it. So Lincoln Wine Fest, they have it, I guess, every couple times a year. So our personal favorite is we go to the Reggae Wine Fest, but they have a bunch. They have like a 70s, 80s, and hi, how are you? So they have a 70s and 80s wine fest. They have a Caribbean wine fest. They have a reggae wine fest. I personally always go to the Reggae Wine Fest. I know, let me look at my notes. This year, the Caribbean Wine Fest is the 24th and 25th of May. So it's coming up. That's Memorial Day weekend. So if you think you should get there late, you should get there early or the day before because it's going to be insane. Everyone's going to be off work, so the turn up is going to be real, I'm sure. And the weather is going to be great because it won't be as hot as it will when the Reggae Wine Fest is, which is July 19th and 20th is the first session. And then October 18th and 19th is the second session. So make sure you write that down and go on lincolnoverwines.com, I believe it is, because if you get them mixed up, they're both reggae, but one's going to be hot and one's going to be blazing and the other one's going to be, mild.
Right.
It's really fun. It's a $20 to get in. It's $20 to get in. You can bring a cooler. Like, you're allowed to bring your own food. They say you can't bring liquor, but, I do what I want. So, what are you going to do?
The wine is good. The wine is good. It's not just the
It is
festival.
good.
The wine is absolutely amazing. I think after I had it the first time, I refused to drink any other wine for a few months.
Well, I'm still
They
drinking.
only sell it in Maryland outside of the winery, so you can only get it in Maryland or order online or get it at the festival. And at the festival, I think if you buy a certain amount, you kind of get a discount, which is
if you buy a case.
A case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we end up buying it and not really bringing any home, but we try.
We try. We try. My favorite part, though, is honestly the music. Music is, you can get wine anywhere. So to me, it's like, that's fun. Clearly, I love wine. So, but you can get wine anywhere, but the music is great. Like, the reggae music is it's so infectious. You bring your blanket and hopefully you bring somebody who just doesn't want to dance so they can watch the blanket. But going on, you guys have been, towards the stage where everyone's jumping around and the music is going. It's just fun. It's so fun. And you really do end up spending the entire day there, which is kind of what you want to do after an hour drive anyway, or more, depending on traffic. So, again, Linganore Wine Fest, I just Google it. You'll find it. It's super fun. Totally worth it. Although this year, and maybe this is something we can plan, we wanted to do a party bus because ain't nobody want to drive. Like, we have no time for that.
Nobody wants to be the DD.
No one wants to be the DD. So we were thinking we should get a party bus, and I think we priced it out. Party bus for 15 people or something like that turns out to be like $30, which, if you think about it, it's not too bad because $30, nobody has to drive. Like, you can get as drunk as you want to or don't, whatever. But it's a full day event, so $30, you're $20 to get in, and then if you decide to buy, wine or bring in liquor like I do because I have no chill, then it's a good day trip. So,
but it's also it's very far and the road is very windy, and so if you're not really familiar with it, it can be really hard to get around.
It could turn into a shit show.
And he's turning on the light on and off. And the other thing, it's really hot, and so when it's really hot, it's not only that you may be drinking, you're also super tired.
Yeah.
So driving back after you've danced for 4 hours can be very, very traumatic.
Yeah, it is. I drove back last year, and I was like, please, somebody help me. Like, it was I was exhausted. FYI, hey, Ernice. Okay, she's on. She's there. Remy's like, I can see you guys, but they can't see me. And I'm like, sorry. Yep, so Linganore, that's cool. All right, let's go. Okay. Next. So this suggestion is for the ballers, because I ain't got it. But it's a really fun place. It's called the Graham Hotel. It's in Georgetown. If you want to do something special, if you want to do like a celebration, something like that, then I highly, highly suggest going to the Graham Hotel. They have a rooftop that is out of this world. So I am a snob sometimes, and I like champagne. So I like to start off my party nights with champagne usually, or Prosecco. Don't do that there, because in a regular establishment in DC or Maryland or Virginia, a glass of champagne is like 10 to 15 bucks. There it's 40, one glass. So don't do it. I learned that the hard way after I just, hey, can I get a glass of booze? And they were like, sure. And then my bill came and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't get the bottle, I just got the glass. And they're like, yeah, 40 bucks. So don't get tricked, because you will be upset. But the thing is, you won't be able to beat the view. Like the view, you can see, when I say all of DC, it's like the W Hotel downtown has a great view, but this hotel, the Graham Hotel in Georgetown, is just spectacular. And I actually kind of like this rooftop better. Don't tell the W when I go, but because it's like a wraparound. So if you think of it as like this, notepad, in the middle is actually the bar, and then they have seating that just goes all the way around. Like, it's really, really cool. They're a little snobby too sometimes. They do have like some huge men that stand outside like they are the CIA. But I've actually never had any issue going there. They say to dress Georgetown chic. I don't know what that is, so I'm assuming that's just like after work attire and or your club gear, if that's what you're into. But it's cool. I would say, again, if you're going to order a drink, order liquor. Don't order champagne like me. And surprisingly, though, their packages, if you wanted to have a birthday party, they have really good packages. So I would check that out, because their packages are reasonable. This is what I didn't understand. Their bar packages are reasonable, but their individual champagne, I don't know. It was weird. So it's very cool if you haven't been. It's a good spot to go with your boo and just kind of cuddle up, like, if he's into whatever, whiskey, whatever he's into, vodka, or she's into, go and like hang out. The atmosphere in itself is amazing. Like, you'll feel rich for 30 minutes, and then you got to go home. So
you'll feel rich for that few minutes and you get your bill.
That's all you got, and then you get the bill and you're like, shit. So no, it's a good spot though. Definitely go there. And in Georgetown, another new spot that I have to admit I haven't been to, but I'm hearing is all the rage, is Pinstripes. Have any of you guys heard of Pinstripes? No. It's a new bowling alley, which sounds boring, except it's bowling and bocce. Don't know how to play bocce, not that interested. But this place I hear is dope. It's right on off of M Street. Hold on. It is, sorry. Yeah. Oh, so you know where the mall is in Pinstripe, or the mall is in Georgetown? So it's right off of M Street. It's like near the back of the mall, basically. But from what I hear, they have a complete outside area where there's like live music, there's liquor, I heard the food is actually super, super good. It's not your regular bar food like chicken tenders and that type stuff. So this is really family friendly too. Although I do hear after hours, they kind of do like that Lucky Strike thing where you got to be a certain age to get in. But if you go on the website, it says weddings. So not sure who wants to get married at a bowling alley, but apparently it's a lot more than that. So I need to actually go and check it out. But I do have a lot of coworkers and a couple friends that have been, and they say like 2 thumbs up, super fun, definitely would go again. So I'm not sure how it rivals Lucky Strike outside of the food. Maybe the food and maybe even the atmosphere is probably better. So I'll have to kind of do another review on that later, because I got nothing. But put that in your bookmark it, just in case, as it's something to do, if you want to take the kids or whatevs. That should be fun. Let's go back to 14th Street, because I'm obsessed, or actually U Street. Has anyone been to El Rey? No? No.
What is it, El Rey?
El Rey, E-L and then R-E-Y. So El Rey is the new, they call it a taquiera, I guess? I don't know. So here's the thing. I don't know these things.
Taquiera. Wait. So is El Rey the same place that took over Alero?
No. So there's an El Rey, and there's also an El Centro, which they serve the same thing. So honestly, it can get a little confusing. El Centro is on 14th Street. They're actually really good. They have a bottomless brunch that you should definitely get into at El Centro. But El Rey, it was supposed to open a long time ago and then got held up for who knows what. So basically what it is, remember like the old school trains that still run, but the boxcars of trains, they took a bunch of these old boxcars and put them together basically, and they opened up the top. So that's what it is. Like this restaurant is a boxcar. It's the coolest thing ever because you're inside but outside. So if it rains, they have like a glass thing that covers you. The best part of El Rey is the drinks, and I would know. The drinks are dope. If you're looking for like good margaritas, they have frozen, they have on the rocks, they have just good tequila in general. Go, go, go. The atmosphere it's really loud in there, I have to say. And if you're just not trying to deal with people, don't go, because you need to be in a full party mood in order to go, because it's very loud. It's very boisterous. The food, they have like $4 tacos, and if you go for happy hour, they're like $2. It's good. The food is just really good. They specialize in all the tacos. They have just a bunch of really cool stuff. They have like pictures of margarita, sangria. They have a shot of tequila that comes with a hot sauce chaser. That's all I got to say about that. It's really good. Like, I've had a lot of fun there. I went yesterday actually with Marcus, and I had a drink that I didn't like, but I think it's just because so there's a type of tequila that tastes like, I think it's called mezcal. It's very earthy, and I'm not here for it. So I didn't like it, and I think the bartender could totally tell, and he was like, yeah, you don't like it. I'm just going to get you something else. And I was like, wait, no, it's okay. And, trying to be like super, and he was like, no one sits at my bar and drinks something they don't like. And I was like, okay. So it's very cool. The bartender was hot. That's always a plus. It's really good. That's another one you should definitely go. It's a good spot for like girls' night out, a party, something like that. It's no dress code, just go have fun. The tables are wooden on the inside. There's booths. It's fun. Like, it's just really fun. It's a good place to like meet up with folks and lose your mind for a little bit. If that's what you want to do, go there. I don't know what I'm looking at. Sorry. So that's another one. I don't know. What else should I talk about? Oh, so since we're talking about tequila, let's talk about Fuego. Not the strip club, although there is a strip.
I clearly haven't eaten anywhere. I don't have not touched anything on this list yet.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on in the city. Like, DC is actually becoming a foodie town, which is pretty fun. But this one is actually in Clarendon, which I don't really get outside. Like, I live in Maryland, but I work and play in DC. That's what I always say. But I went to Clarendon once with a friend, and actually Amanda and Chanel. So Amanda and Chanel we went, and Fuego's is a tequila bar as well. They are tequila'd out. If you go and look at the menu, you should Google it. It's amazing. Like, the list is just endless, and you're like, okay. So the only thing is, tequila and I get along until we don't. It's one of those. But what I found was I don't always like the taste of tequila. Like, some tequilas I just can't rock with. Like, it's too something. So the bartender there was super helpful, because he's like, all right, he'll give you like a little taste of tequila, and I'll be like, nope, that's not the one I like. And he'll be like, okay, I have a better idea of what you would like. So they do flights, like tequila flights, and it's like 4 different ones, and they'll let you try, a bunch of different ones. It's good. And I know that sounds aggressive, because you're like, I can't drink, but the flights, it's barely anything. It's just like a little bit of each, but it's really, really fun. It's a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant. It's really loud in there. I think tequila bars are just going to be loud because everyone's turned. Like, everyone's on tequila, everyone's turned. But it's right off the metro. The food there is good. That's another one. It's not just tacos. Like, they have like carne asada, like, I don't know, carnitos. They have chili rellenos. Like, they have a lot of different stuff. So go, go, go. That's another one. I would not go there if you're trying to have a serious conversation with someone about anything. It's too boisterous. It's not like intimate and personal. We're about to start off the night right and have some tequila and then go somewhere after. So it's a good one. If you really want like the full Mexican experience, and I suggest that. Does anyone even get out to Clarendon? Because I was shocked when I go. Have y'all hung out there at all?
Or
No.
usually to go that far
It's,
ever.
yeah, like
But they probably have free parking. So
they might. I always say that I go to Clarendon when I want to see how the other half live, and I just mean that to mean like to see how suburbanites live because it's very buttoned up and white bread. But yeah, it's fun. It's cool. Clarendon as a whole have a lot of restaurants and bars, like that whole area. If you just get off the metro and walk around, it's actually pretty cool. There's like a cheesecake factory over there. There's a bunch of stuff. Like I had no idea. So if you want to get away from the city for a little bit and feel like you live in the middle of nowhere America, go to Clarendon. Sorry to anyone who lives there in real life.
I love it.
So I kind of want to do an oldie but goodie because I keep forgetting about this. But the Sculpture Garden, I don't know if they have started, but have y'all been?
Yes.
Friday Night Jazz is dope.
Right.
So
It has become overly crowded. It is like I think when it first started, it was kind of like a secret because first you couldn't find the Sculpture Garden. It was kind of hard to find.
Like, where the hell
And
is it?
was
Yeah.
so spacious. Like if you got there like 5:30, you can kind of. Now you get there at 4 o'clock to stake out,
Yep.
and if you want something to eat or drink there, you'll be in line the entire time. Like
Yeah. I never buy food or drink. Like they make you.
So.
I'm a thug. I put my hair in a bun and stick all my liquor in there. Like I'm not doing
all
that.
the wine in my chairs. My
Not
chairs
doing it.
Wine.
But I will say, like, it's fun. So Sculpture Garden, I think it starts at 5 o'clock. It starts at 5, ends at 7, maybe. You can bring, it's like another picnic type of situation. It's really cool, and Ernice is completely right. It's crowded. So, like, if you have a Friday off or you can leave work early, do that. Because even if it's crowded, like, you'll still be able to go, but you're not going to be able to stretch out and, like, eat your stuff like you want to. I always go to, like, Safeway and pick up one of those party packs. They're, like, $20, but they have, like, the fruit, cheese, crackers already done. Boom, get one of those. Get, like, the little mini bottles of wine or liquor. And they check your bag when you come in, but if you hide it under a blanket, you'll be fine. And the pictures there of they do pictures of sangria. It's $30, not worth it. Because it's not worth it. Like, I don't know what sangria they're making, but it ain't it. So I always bring my own. I know. I ain't got no chill. I know.
This will be my first time. So I finally work from home.
Oh, good.
I worked in Bethesda. So I could never go.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, you definitely got to go early. That 4 o'clock is not a lie. Because so maybe that's who's getting there early. Because I always think about that. I'm like, most people get off at 5:30. Who the hell is getting to the Sculpture Garden at 4 o'clock?
It was the people in Bethesda. Because we have to get there early.
Yeah. That's okay. So I blame you then. Thank you.
I didn't go. It's my wife. It's the pilgrims. They always want to go out.
I love that. But no, it's really fun. It's kind of romantic if you go with someone your boyfriend, your husband, whoever, girlfriend, whatever. But it is kind of romantic because the music is, they give you a list of like what type of music it's going to be. It's always jazz, but it might be like Afro jazz, or it might be big band, or it could be swing, or just whatever. So I don't know what that website is. I'm sure if you Google Sculpture Garden Jazz Fest, Friday Jazz, I don't know, something like that. Friday Jazz Sculpture Garden, it'll come up. Get there early. I can't stress that enough. That's all I got for that. Oh, I want to talk about one of my favorite stumbling places when I was in college, which apparently is still open. I went to the Wharf recently. As you know, Ernice, I love to
hunty.
buy all the seafood and have a big cookout at my house. Haven't done that yet, but my dad was here, and we went to the Wharf and bought like a bunch of crabs and then came back to the house and ate them. But when we were there, I noticed that Cantina Marina. Have you guys been there on the waterfront? Go, go, go. It's so fun.
Place on the waterfront by Phillips?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. You know where, I don't know. Have you been lately? Do you know where like Odyssey. Do you know where the Odyssey is? Like where remember when we went to the boat trip? Yeah. So right there, right and the same section. If you walk, there's like a little pier, I guess. If you walk along the pier, there's a restaurant called Cantina Marina. It's an outside restaurant. It's right on the water. It's so dope. There's nothing spectacular about it except the atmosphere. You're right on the water, so it's nature in itself. It's pretty. Again, nothing spectacular. The food is not amazing. They sell average bar food, but it's really fun, and they have a great happy hour. And you meet a lot of interesting people there. There's, you're gonna get chicken fingers and nachos. It's like that type of place, but it's fun because it's on the water and it feels fancy. It feels fancy, but like not Georgetown fancy where people are just trying to go to Sequoias and be seen. This place is more like wear your jeans and t-shirt and order a Bud Light because they have Bud Light specials or whatever. But I would go there because if you were going to go to Phillips or something like that, that's a cool spot to start. Get a couple beers, chill out, enjoy the scenery, and then go to your next destination. I'm not going to actually go there for dinner, if that makes sense. But yeah, go there. Fun, fun, fun.
Hey, Tamara, question for you.
Yeah, of course.
I was there. I didn't go down to I was across at the arena stage last week, and they had signs up, and they've kind of closed off a lot of the sections down by the wharf saying new wharf coming soon, 2017.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if any of those other restaurants are being impacted if they're still open.
So the only one that's, they used to have H2O in Zanzibar. Apparently there's a new Zanzibar now. That opened somewhere in the city. I don't really know, but from what I heard, it's horrible, so don't go. I'm just saying. But as far as I know, Cantina Marina is not closing. Phillips is never going to close because we are not going to let that happen.
We the people, the black
people are not going to let that happen.
We the black.
No, they're building around it. And I think from what I heard, they have to upgrade, if that makes sense. They have to
just remodel.
Yeah, remodel, be up to the new standards, but they're not going to close down. 2017 is when it's supposed to open. I promise you it'll be late 2017, almost 18, because they're doing so much. Ernice and I used to live in that area, and that's when H2O was open, and they had the best brunch ever. So I'm really sad that the club closed down because the brunch was great. The brunch was really fun. But that area in general is really cool. It's just, even now, when I took my dad, he's a seafood fanatic. So we went and ordered a 5-pound box of crab legs. You get your corn. And even if you want to eat there, because I went with a couple friends not too long ago, we ordered crab, shrimp, and we just sat at the wharf and got strawberry lemonades. That's a good thing to do too. And if you want to go to Haynes Point, have you guys been to Haynes Point at all? Which is fun. Yeah, it's a cool, little park or whatever, but that's a good, the wharf is fun. And now since it's another one, everything is so crowded. Since DC is so small, every place seems really compact, and the more people know about stuff, the more it's just a hassle getting there. But since it's right off the waterfront, it's a fun little walk, and it's cool. I would suggest going to some of the castle games that, the tennis games that go on there sometimes. I know Venus and Serena play in them. They play on the castle team sometimes. And if you look in the Express, every once in a while they'll have a link for the schedule, the upcoming schedule or whatever. And then they'll put, we're doing discount tickets. Sometimes they're expensive. I think I've seen some for $30. I only went to one match last year, but it was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool thing to do. That's another kind of family thing, or maybe couples thing to do. That would be cool. Yeah, so the wharf, that's always good. Cantina Marina, make sure you go. It's the first place I went to that I had a birthday cake shot. It was really good. Yeah, the people there are, how's the service there? I don't know. It depends. If it's a Friday afternoon and it's hot and everybody after work is going, it's going to be super crowded. There's no cover to get in, so it's nothing like that, which is good. You do have to show your ID. There's no cover. They really have good beer and drink specials. Usually beer, though, so they're not into that. Then, whatever. Who's that? Adam?
Crazy.
It's all good. All right, what else do I have, guys? Is there anything you've heard of that you wanted to know about, or you had a question about? No?
The place that we ate, is it Sakai? Sakai? Is Sakai? Have you eaten there?
Is Sakai?
Place?
Where?
It's in the cut behind where you like the street behind U Street. Like it's kind of in a residential area, right
Mm-hmm.
next to that Spanish place that I went to that you wouldn't text me back about.
I don't
It's
know which
like
one.
literally, it's Izakaya Sakai. It's a ramen place. It's so
Oh.
small, like
Oh, I
so
haven't been.
small, but it's really, really, really good. Adam took me there,
Really?
and then we
I
went.
like ramen.
Yeah, and then we went to Casa Luca. It's on.
Yeah, that's downtown. I actually
Their
passed that
food was amazing.
with Diane the other day. That Casa Luca is actually really good. That's a good date night spot. Write that down for like date night. You want your boo to take you out. Casa Luca is a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of
Me,
expensive. Not
I was
expensive,
gonna.
but
Yeah, it's a little. If you want him to drop some dough because he's done something horrible. No, I don't know. It's just good. It's good food.
but
I
the
have.
service is amazing and the food was really fresh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What?
There's another. Oh crap. Okay, I have to tell you about this one. So there's a place called Thai Crossing.
Ooh,
And if you love Thai food, or even if you're not sure, this will probably change your mind. And how I knew, well, a friend of mine had a birthday party there last summer, and we went. And I was really thrown off because I went on the website and I was like, okay, it's one of those places where they charge you per person. So the night I went, they do a fixed menu. So basically, what's on the menu, you have to get. There is no like, oh, can you? And the reason is, excuse me, the restaurant is actually in someone's house. Seriously. Like, it's a 3-level house. And here's the kicker, it's on Florida Avenue. Yeah, like right by Howard.
the place where Amanda was in the bathroom.
Yes. So, okay, there's a renowned chef, and he's a Thai chef. Lovely, lovely guy. It's in his house, and I don't. There's no other. It's a row house, and when you go in, there's 3 different levels, and it's. I've eaten Thai food everywhere at this point, except Thailand, which is on my list of things to do. But it's one of the best food experiences I've had in DC by far. So the night I went was a Sunday night. They do a veggie night, which is weird because I was like, oh crap, there's not gonna be any meat. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I wasn't thrilled, but it was a friend's birthday, so I figured I'd go. You get there. Oh, here's the other best part. You bring your own liquor. Hello. Like, you're allowed to bring your own liquor and beer. It's awesome. So you go to a store or wherever and you bring it in and it's fine. Like, it's allowed. It's legal. Didn't know this was a thing. Which actually works out better for you because you save money that way. Who wants to spend $8, $9 on a drink when you can just buy 2 bottles of 2 Buck Chuck and you're good? So we went in, I brought liquor for my friend's birthday. It was a veggie night. Like I said, I wasn't that excited. And it's tight quarters. You know how row houses are. They're straight up and down. So when you walk in, you're like, am I at my grandmother's house? Like, what is going on? You walk up like these really steep stairs to the restaurant. It's just a bunch of tables. It's very um, it's very quaint. I'll say that. If you don't like a lot of people in your space, this is probably not the restaurant for you because the tables are like right next to each other. So there, I wouldn't be sharing secrets, at that particular restaurant. The food is amazing. Honestly, the food was so good that I didn't even miss the meat, which is a big deal for me because I love all things, you know, fish, chicken, pork on my fork, all of it. Like, I want it all. So the food is really, really good. They had everything from a curry, what was it? Curried pumpkin, which sounds insane. Curried pumpkin with banana leaves, and you're just like, I do not
Mm,
want this. But
sounds
then you
good.
try it, and it's really, really good. Like the
Yeah.
food, he gives you different courses. So you get a salad. There was like a spicy coconut soup. I remember he brought out the curried pumpkin was just mind blowing, like really good. And yeah, so we had that. We had like a stir fry that had like rice noodles and then it had peanuts in it. And you can say like if you have an allergy or not, things like that. But go, like this place it shocked me because I was like, if it's that good with no meat, like I can only imagine what it is when they have it, on a regular day.
Right.
So
They called
if
it
you
Thai Twick, Thai Tick. What
Thai
was it?
crossing.
Oh, Thai Crossing.
So, but here's the thing, it's hard because I actually in my head I call it Thai Xing because it's
Yeah.
Thai X ING.
XE. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's Thai crossing. That's
Is
actually
this
what it's
across
called.
from the Howard Theater?
Yeah, kind of
Yes.
right on the.
Yes. And if you
I
drive
see.
by,
Okay.
you're like, what is this place with lights? Like it's
Right.
weird.
Right.
Yep. That's what it is. That's
Okay.
exactly what it is. And you have to make a reservation. You can't just walk in.
Mm,
So make that note. And if your reservation is I think 6 or more, you have to put down a credit card, which is fine. Like they're really cool about, if you call the night before or send them an email the night before saying I have to cancel, like it's fine. They won't charge your card. But if you don't, then I think they charge you like some sort of fee. I don't know if it's 10% of how many people were going to be there or what it is, but just look on their website. They tell you all about it. Actually, there's a YouTube video on his website too, where he tells you like how he grows all his own stuff and he goes to the, it's just really cool. The food is dope, but it is, again, in someone's house. So it's really weird, and you have to kind of just get past that. A friend of ours, when we went into the bathroom, and she has no chill, so she's like pulling back the curtain like, oh, there is shower stuff in here. Okay. Like, it's really weird, and if you're not about that life, then I don't know. But I have to say the food was amazing. It looked great. It was clean, which I'm a super, stickler for. It was very clean.
Yes.
And you can bring your own liquor. Like, who does that? That's like the best part. You can bring your own liquor. That's awesome. So, guys should definitely go there.
So some people are asking on Twitter, where can they get a list of the places that we talked about today?
Yeah, so I haven't typed it up yet, but I will do that tomorrow or tonight. I'll do it tonight, and then we'll post it for tomorrow for everyone.
Okay.
There's 1,000 more places that I have, and so I'll put all the ones that we talked about tonight, and then I'll add a couple more that I probably forgot about.
Right.
But yeah, one more thing. I only have one more festival, and then we can quit. So there's a festival coming up in August called Trilectro.
Oh, turn up.
Yeah. So I went last year with a friend of mine, and I don't even know how I found out about it. I think I don't know. I'm always looking for cool stuff to do because I'm bored. So I think I saw it in the paper or something. Trilectro is basically a festival. It's at Fairgrounds, which is the place right next to Nats Park that I was telling you guys about. And it is a mixture of, wait for it, trill music, and electric dance music. And it's so crazy because they put up 2 stages. One stage is like the electric like that type, like Calvin Harris and David Guetta, like that real house or international music. And then one is just trill, like ASAP Ferg, Shabba Ranks, like that whole, you know what I mean? And it's a cool mix because you have both types of crowds there, and it's really fun. They have like all the beer setups, and here's what I noticed last year. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. So last year, all the cops were there because they're just waiting for something to pop off, but they were so chill. I've never been to an event in DC where cops are just on the sidelines watching what's happening, but not really like bothering you. I always feel like we're being bothered sometimes when you go to festivals and you're just like, oh, get off my back. There, they definitely had a presence, and there wasn't any issues. Like, it was very chill. People were just dancing, getting their life. Like, we had a really, really good time last year. There's a lot of smoking going on, if that's what you're into. Cops were just hanging out, like nobody was really caring. It was really fun because, again, it's outside, it's all day long. You end up seeing like people you haven't seen in years, and like, no, I've lived here for 10 years, and you're like, what? Because everyone wants to come out and dance. It's one of those like put on your rip shorts and your chucks and just get your life. Like, it's really fun. You can't bring anything in with you. Did I bring? No, I don't think I brought anything in. I think, we probably drank before. So I didn't bring any mini flasks because that one, they're definitely checking you, which is interesting because a lot of people were smoking, so I couldn't figure that out. Like, they didn't care about that at all. So, and like the cops didn't care. It was very strange, but it was really fun. That is one of the ones. By the end of the night, I was just like, man, I'm done. Like, you just go home and go to sleep. But you dance all night, and then you see like a bunch of like Miley Cyrus wannabes trying to battle on a stage. It's interesting, but it's fun. So that's another festival to look forward to.
So one of my hard things to do is like when I'm looking for a new place to eat, like where should I go? Because Yelp sometimes gives like very conflicting,
reviews.
Yeah, reviews, and it's hard when you don't. I hate wasting money on bad food.
Woo! Who you telling? That is the worst. So I don't know, like it's really hard to find reviews that aren't skewed because sometimes your reviews are being paid, if you know what I mean. But when I want to know about anything new, or I'm trying to get like a unbiased, I guess, for the most part, I usually go to Brightest Young Things. Have you ever heard of that website, Brightest Young Things? They have it for NYC, but DC as well. So I'd mark that because they're funny. It's like they're kind of snarky, and if something's off, they'll be like, "Listen, it's off." But go there. They give really good reviews. They tell you like a lot of what's going on in the city, not just restaurants and stuff, but also events and free things to attend. Because I ain't got it, so I need to attend everything free.
Yeah.
So that's a good one to go to. And then Urban Daddy. I don't know if you guys have heard of Urban Daddy. Do you guys subscribe to Urban Daddy? You'll get an email. Now that Google does that thing where they put it like they separate your tabs or whatever, it helps a lot. But you'll get an email probably once a day. But it's telling you about like really cool spots to hit up, and it tells you when a restaurant's having something free. So a lot of these restaurants, when they open, they'll do like opening night, and then everything is free. Which who knew that exactly? So it'll be like. Yeah, they do that a lot. Like I've been to a couple restaurants where they're like, "Hey, it's our brand new night. Come drink on us." Okay. I'll be there. Or if it's not free, it's really, really cheap. So yeah, I would suggest those two probably.
What's the place that we went to eat for that PR party thing? For the Togo.
Was it this year?
Yeah, the Togo, and they had like Biggie.
God, Hank's Oyster. Yes, Hank's Oyster Bar.
Y'all.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you can tell them about that. That was good.
I love me some fresh seafood. The food was so good. Everything in there was. I mean, we were there for a party, so like the service, you couldn't really tell the service, but it was really fast. But the food was absolutely amazing. Everything we had, and their drink menu was catered to, like I guess because it was his birthday that week.
Yeah, his birthday was that week, so they did the whole drink menu after Biggie.
It was a good experience, definitely. Yeah. And I've been down that. I live off of like going to H Street, Banana Cafe, like all those things. Not H Street. What's that called? Barracks Row. So I don't know how I missed that place, but it's amazing.
It's relatively new, so I think there's two. Okay. There is two. There's one in DuPont, and that one there is actually kind of new. So. Okay. But yeah, Hank's Oyster Bar. That's a good one. I forgot about that. That's really, really good. Yeah.
So. Okay. So another question that some people had, where can they contact you if they want to ask questions, and if they have some suggestions they want to send to you, or if they want to say, oh, have you tried this place? Is this a good place? Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so new to this, so I'm gonna have a website that's gonna be coming up soon. It's called crucialcritic.com. So it'll just be everything that we talk about today. It'll be my reviews of restaurants and parties and fun things to do, grits and biscuits, because I love that. Have you guys heard of grits and biscuits? Yeah.
Yes.
The ultimate turn up, and I'm
right.
Turn up and turn down.
I'm from Georgia, so
Louisiana.
There it is. So yeah, I'm gonna have a website that'll be opening. Hopefully, I'm in the middle of like an office move with my job, so we got a lot going on. But I'm hoping for the end of May. So look, it'll be crucialcritic.com. And it's gonna be everything that I do. You can find me on Twitter at @OneCrucialCritic. We are just starting, so bear with me. I'll try to have as many reviews as I can. My where I work is a hotbed for food trucks, so I also post a lot of good food trucks, not so good ones, like hit this one, stay away from this one type stuff. Yeah, and then of course you can always look me up. I'm Tamara Jeanette on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm not going to give you my Facebook.
Don't put nobody on your Facebook.
I know. But on Instagram, you can find me at Tamara Jeanette, and you can find me on Twitter as well. I should start being public, but for now, I'll be private.
Start being public. Welcome to
and then One Crucial Critic on Twitter as well. So that's all I got. But of course, you can always link to me on Google and send me anything you guys find. And if you want to be added to my email that I send around, I send it. There's no schedule. Like I just send it when I feel like it. So
let me do this. Let me do the commercial for her email.
Okay.
Tamara sends out emails sometimes 5 days a week, sometimes one, sometimes 4 days a week, but they're full of great things to do in the city, and she's expanded that to also things going on in Atlanta, things going on in New York, and she sends sometimes funny things to kind of get you through the day. It's a good email to get, like, if you're at work all day and you're tired of, like, boring emails. It's just that fun email, with different articles, different things that are going on.
It's foolery. It's just a lot of foolery.
It's a little bit of ratchet, but it's fun. Like, you get tired of just the regular emails. But to me, it's like literally when she hasn't sent one for 2 days, we're like, where's our email?
Yeah, then everyone's like, hey.
It's not a newspaper. It's an email full of links. But I personally added probably 5 people or maybe 10. But I'm pretty sure she's tired of me adding people. So if you want to,
it's fine. Just let me know. Like,
add me to the list.
Okay. I will. I'm
I'm
not offended. I always tell people, I'm like, listen, this is really just my thoughts, and it's things that I find funny. Like, it could be good recipes. Like, I try to be healthy, and by try, I mean, I drink a lot of wine, so I try to offset that by, like, oil pulling and doing a lot of really cool stuff that I find out about. Yeah. But it's just stuff that I find during the day that, like, helps me get through the day, so I hope it helps you guys, too. So that's all I got.
Yes. So thank you guys for all those who watch, for Burmy and for Kelly for joining us and coming to our Google Hangout.
Remy's watching. He's just not on. Like, I don't know.
Remy.
Hey, Remy.
Right? This is clearly what we do for fun. Just get on Google Hangout and YouTube and make videos about things that we feel are important. So we ask that, follow us on Twitter. I'm Destined Nurse on Twitter.
Shout out because she is graduating.
Yeah.
Woo! That's fun. And I'm planning the party. It's going to be amazing.
Oh.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Tamara's also a party planner.
I plan parties. It's what I do.
Next week, and so we will be doing more of these things. Hopefully, our plan is to even expand it into New York, into Atlanta, and LA. A lot of people felt a little bit left out by us doing just a DC summer to-do list. So we're going to connect with some people in New York, LA, and Atlanta, and we hope to kind of come back to you in the next couple of weeks with another Google Hangout talking about all the best things to do this summer. Be safe.
It'll be fun.
Yes, and enjoy. Hit us up. Bye. Good night.
Bye.